Hello guys, it's Fett again. Welcome to this here little bit of a different video. This here is a rant video of Destiny 2. And it's not based so much on Destiny because that's a separate topic in general as Destiny the game. This here is the platform Destiny or Bungie chose to launch their game on, which is of course Battle.net. Battle.net, in my opinion, is a piss poor platform, and I'm using strong words here, sorry about that, but it is. One of the main reasons for Battle.net being the horrible platform it is, I will show you right now, is of course that it is region based. And it's just not, of course it's region based, but not just the game, but the application. So right now I'm logged into the European version, or the European Battle.net, and you can see here on the game also you can switch between regions and accounts, which is weird in general. So you have two portals, so like you can go 2 ways into Battle.net and 2 ways into the game, so that's 4 ways in total, right? No, it's more complicated than that, and just frustrating as hell. So the problem is, in my opinion, and this here is the biggest problem Battle.net has and still has to this day, is that it's region basing your friends. That means if you are, as most people are these days, talking to people over the internet and of course communicating with them through Discord and all other places, you have friends all over the damn world, which is really great and fun, and there's a lot of cultures there to learn from. Like I have a lot of friends from Germany to whatever all around the world. This here is the American or the European login that I use, and that means that I can only see, sadly, the European friends. I'm not able to add any American people that are logged in and have an American connected to Europe here, have an American ID here. That means I can never know when they are online. The only way I can do that is, of course, log out, boot up the application again, and then switch to American or whatever region you're in. It could be Asia and China. It's also region based. It's frustrating. Use the same account. I actually have a couple for legacy reasons. But yeah, you log in here. And there you have the big problem. Suddenly you can see your American friends, but you can't see your European. And that is frustrating to know. And 2952, I can't remember if it's the same on the other one. So yeah, so that's one thing. So let's log back in. So the problem with that is, of course, that's Battle.net itself. So now we have Battle.net. That's one issue. Log back in and boot the game. Now the next issue comes, and that is Destiny by itself. The props to Destiny are far in between. So if we go in and now boot up Destiny, we have, as I already showed you, you can see here. Yeah, it's 2952. It's the same number. It's just if I'm on one server, I can only see those people on that server, and that means if I try to add somebody who is logged in or is on the American account, and I send him a friend request, he will only see the friend request if he logged into the European account, and I will only see his friend request if I logged into the American account, even though he's sending to the same ID. That's how fucked up the system is. Now, that's just Battle.net, as I said before. Sorry for repeating myself, but on top of that, we have this here down here. Europe, American. Americas, as it says. Let's open up Europe. Log in here. It takes a little bit of time. And we're waiting. It's not because my PC is slow, it's actually the game is actually pretty slow to boot up. It has the launcher, and then it actually, for some reason, launches the game on new executable. It's really weird. And also performs like crap on, compared to crap, I'm saying performs bad on SLI, which I just started up using. So anyways, you see me log in here. It runs okay. We're running it at 2K and all good. It's 2560 times 1440. All run good. The great thing is the progression is still here on Europe, and it also will be there on, of course, American. So cross progression is really nice. Gotta give Bungie props for that. Great design. So now I'm logged in. It goes pretty fast. I go into my roster. Europe, right? All looks good. I'm in the European account. I logged into the European account, and everything is great. All is good. Let's exit the desktop. Okay, so that's all good and dandy, right? So yeah, but if you choose this here, you will actually see that you will not be seeing you will see the American friends list, and that causes a lot of confusion in my opinion. On top of confusing the fuck out of people already that are trying to add people to Battle.net. So Bungie has made a second tier of confusion on top of this here. And that is, of course, I think it's great that you can just boot up the game no matter where, but the problem is you will never know many things, well, you will never know many things. But as I said, great, you can see like your progression goes on. But right now, okay, you can see right here, we have, of course, the problem of only seeing American people. So right now, I cannot see the people on Battle.net, the European Battle.net account, because I'm logged into the American server, and I can't play with them because I need to reboot the game in to the other server. That's fine, but why is it that I can't, with just a simple overlay like Steam or Uplay, for instance, go ahead, check, okay, my American friend, he's online, he plays the American servers, let's boot the game up in American server. Why is it so old school design that we're region basing everything? We're region basing the game, we're region basing the client, we're region basing our friends list, which is probably the worst thing to do, in my opinion, when it comes to trying to do or play a massive multiplayer online game. Is your friends list is region based. I can understand region basing the game. It is, of course, up to the performance of the servers. They are probably stationed here, or globally probably stationed here at some data center in Europe, someplace that gives people the best latency from Europe. Of course, it would be not good for some people, or for most people, to have to go over the Atlantic to get only to the US servers. You can, of course, with people who have higher internet or want to play with American people that are based in Europe, log into the American servers. That's the penalty you do with that, and vice versa. I can understand that you want to optimize all this here. Also, there's a lot of restrictions on top of everything else, and of course patching the servers and all that. We've seen this here done multiple times with World of Warcraft. We've seen it done with plenty of things. That's not the problem. The problem is your friends list. I cannot gather a total friends list and see a total view of the people who are online and decide before booting up the game who I want to play with. I have to check the game, or I have to log in 2 times to Battle.net. Switching between accounts. It's not like I can switch around when Battle.net is loaded. Okay, I want to switch over to the American version. Click, and then it actually just reload and load. No, I have to log off, close the application, log in again. It's not that simple. That's why I think this here is a horrible platform they chose. I was furious when they announced it, because I knew these problems here already. It's not something that's just come in. It's been always like this here since they launched this here application. I thought, go with Steam or go with something proprietary. For heaven's sake, even Epic Games figured it out, making a global friends list. It's frustrating. I'm sorry I ranted about this here a lot, but I just want to give out my 2 cents. I wanted to people to know at least why they're probably seeing some of these here issues. Why, or maybe you've tried sending your American friend a friend's request, and he sent you a friend's request, and you never received it in your a pop-up when you are logged into Battle.net. That's because you need to be on the American server. If you already knew on this, you knew this here, you're probably just as frustrated as me, because I have a couple of guys who actually play, 2 guys who are gonna play on the American server. I have 4 or 5 guys that play on a European server. We can't play together because either one of us will have to switch over to the servers. At least this here, because Diablo is actually, you use your progressions when you switch regions. This here doesn't, so that's at least something. So he can just switch over. So that it's just frustrating they haven't figured out yet. With all the great things people say that Blizzard does, why can't they fix something so simple? Which everybody does. Steam has done it centuries. We've seen it, Uplay does it. We've seen Epic Games does it. Origin does it, for crying out loud. Why is this application not fixed yet? It's probably something the design architectural deeper down, but why haven't they addressed this here yet? The community of Overwatch is growing and growing, and people are gotta be frustrated. I don't think actually Overwatch has this here big problem, but Diablo has it, World of Warcraft has it, and I know Hearthstone has it also. And that's just progression wise. Hearthstone is a little bit, you play with random people, you can't play against people. Heroes of the Storm has it also, I think, if I remember correctly, but Destiny has it definitely. And no matter if you can just switch out regions, it's fixable. It's just tedious. And the tedious part is that you don't get a full region scope on who's online and globally. That would be so much nicer, because this here, like the application itself, like the friends list, is not something that should take 10,000 servers to just run me. You can probably run 2,000 people on one server and still manage it. I can't understand why it's doing this here. It can't be resources. It's gotta be designed that it's so old they don't want us to invest money in. And it's just frustrating they haven't fixed this here yet. This here has been a big problem for a long time, and I'm sick and tired of it. So, I hope you liked this here rant. If you didn't, you know there was a couple of buttons down at the corner of this here video. If you want to keep occupied, keep up to date with what I do, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, tweet at me. I'm Fettouhi. Thank you for stopping by. Until next time, see ya.